So I started teaching back in 1993. I was 13 years old. I started teaching for other people when I was about 19. I opened my own studio in 2008. And when I first started teaching, when I was still, a child myself, I saw the way that kids looked at me. Even when I was, in third grade tutoring second graders, I saw that they looked up to me with stars in their eyes. And that's why my dance team is called Stars. And I realized that when you have a captive audience like that, at such an impressionable age, and you are doing this very physical thing that can be a great representation and manifestation of things that you could be using that time to teach, that if you're not using that time, that you're just missing a huge opportunity. So my model has always been kind of like the martial arts school model, where I use dance to teach character development, personal responsibility, integrity, being part of a community, having compassion for others, being a good friend, and all of these things that it's really easy to use dance to teach. Well, I have some older kiddos who have been getting dropped off early at the studio. Apparently, they told their mom class started earlier than it did, and they were using that time to sit outside the studio and talk to their boyfriends on their phone, which, they were in a safe area, and their mom was dropping them off, and so I didn't realize it was a problem, but their mom stayed with them. The mother who drove them stayed with them the other week. And by the time class time actually came around, half hour later, she was livid with me that I, had told her the wrong time or, whatever the miscommunication was that she thought it was. But it wasn't me and it wasn't her. It was these girls trying to get away with this half hour of being, unattended by grownups. And they got busted. I reached out to their mom and I reached out, or their moms, and I reached out to them and I was like, look, I need you to be straight with me and straight with your mom that you've been arriving at this time for a while now. And if she doesn't know why, it's your responsibility to talk to her. And if it's not going to come from you, it's going to come from me. And so they are leaving the studio. The girls have chosen that they would rather leave the studio than uphold the character requirements of my studio. And I care about these kids. I developed very lovely relationships with my students. Hey guys. But if they are going to use our studio time to get away with something, then I can't support that. And this may seem like a small thing, but we are coming out of COVID and our numbers are low. I'm dog walking to keep us afloat. We're going to be okay. But our industry is super hard hit, and losing 2 kids, they're on a team with 4 kids. So I have convinced them to stay through competition so our whole team doesn't have to drop out. But this is half of my junior program. This is a big hit to us. The whole team, that whole age group may go under because of this. And this is one of those moments where you have to make a decision of who you are. And those girls are still young and they chose poorly. I'm 41 years old. I've already made that choice incorrectly enough times. And, Arthur Ashe said, integrity is what you do when no one's looking. These are the kind of things. This is something that's going to negatively affect me, negatively affect the other girls, negatively affect my business. And it's a small decision, but it's a hill I'm willing to die on. That I have a line in the sand of what I expect of my students. And we're provided with these opportunities to assert who we are to the universe. Over and over, we're given opportunities to prove to ourselves what we believe and prove to others who we are. And as sad as I am over the loss of these kids, I'm grateful for the opportunity to maintain my own character. So your goal for today is to look at a situation in which you've been challenged, when you have felt let down or frustrated, and what opportunity is being provided to you. What chance do you have in that moment? Because life is full of disappointment and frustration and other people just really not doing what we want. And we can take that moment and turn it into an opportunity to stand up for ourselves and for what we believe. So look at your day, look at your last week. What opportunities have you been given? If something comes to mind, comment underneath or keep it to yourself. But do see problems as opportunities because it changes your outlook in considerable ways. That's all.